Well, I thought I'd talk about an action-adventure movie with a female lead. I know, according to Captain Marvel, none of these exist except for her movie. But, well, it turns out there were 6 movies in a series called Resident Evil. Now, I always thought of these as a guilty pleasure because these are stupid movies. But I just liked them, probably mostly because Mila Jovovich is in them. And she does a good job for what she has to deal with here. And she just has a presence, and she presents herself as a credible action hero. And in some instances, they even give her superpowers. That's the thing about this Resident Evil thing. I knew nothing about the video game. I do recall there was, I believe, a comic book based on it with Jim Lee. Probably just doing the covers. I don't know. But anyway, the video game had its own storyline and characters, and there's only some of that in this first film. Now, I think some of the characters from the video games made cameos and whatnot in later movies, but I don't really know enough about it. And I don't know what state the Resident Evil franchise is in. I'd heard they had plans to do a new series of films based on it. Maybe that one will be closer to the video game narrative, but for a franchise to make it to 6 films is pretty impressive for one that was never a big, major hit blockbuster or anything like that. And you can owe that to Mila Jovovich pulling this off. So take that, Brie Larson. She plays the character of Alice, which I think was made up just for the film version. So yes, she's Alice. She does have to face off against an artificial intelligence in part of this movie called the Red Queen. Get it? She does have to go underground, deep down below. So the movie starts off pretty interesting. A lot of people think of it as a zombie movie, and yes, there are zombies in here. There is a virus that was cooked up by an evil corporation. Whoa, didn't see that coming. Yes, called the Umbrella Corporation, because I guess they thought it would be too silly to call it the Corporation Corporation. But that's pretty much what it is. And they've been experimenting on potential bioweapons and whatnot. And one of the little nasty viruses gets out, and there you go. We're off to the races in this underground, deep underground facility beneath the city of Raccoon. I don't know. And Alice wakes up with no memory. Well, it turns out she lived in a mansion right above the entrance to the secret facility beneath Raccoon City for the Umbrella Corporation, and she was working for them, and she was posing as the wife of this other agent, and they both are found to have no memory, and it turns out they got gassed by the artificial intelligence defense mechanism when the virus was released, apparently by a nefarious thief. Oh boy. So then this SWAT team shows up alongside some mysterious figure who later turns out to be some sort of investigator or reporter or whatever, looking to find out information about what Umbrella was up to. And it turns out his sister was working for the company and spying on them as well, and was in cahoots with Alice to try to topple what this evil corporation was up to. And it all goes to hell because her fake husband was just in it for himself and wanted to steal the virus and sell it on the black market for a quick buck, and he's the one who releases the damn thing. And then there you go, everyone ends up being zombified. And by a staggering coincidence, it turns out that they had a few Dr. Frankensteins on staff and some mutated monsters living in these cages. And well, in order to figure out what happened, the SWAT team has to get in and get past the defense mechanisms of the Red Queen, the AI that watches over everything, and decided to kill everybody rather than let the virus escape, and pretty much succeeds in that until the SWAT team comes poking their noses in it. And So they're going through all this, but she keeps trying to, and she pretty much does wipe them, most of them out. And there's some pretty grisly scenes where this laser thing just slices them to pieces. And it's like, you think the leader, he's going to be this cool dude who's going to be a part of the movie. Nah, he's just sliced to pieces. It's terrible. And so they finally get to the Red Queen and they shut her down. But well, that released all the zombies and the monsters, and so there they are. They're going through a corridor. Oh no, monsters! They go through another corridor. Oh no, zombies! Look, it's based on a video game. What do you expect? And so there you go. And it turns out, she does find out that the man she thought might have been her husband, but he was they were just posing as a married couple. He's bad, and so they fight and all this sort of stuff. And he gets what's coming to him. And Michelle Rodriguez is there to be tough girl. Which she always is, but she gets bitten by the zombies and eventually turns, and it's terrible. They have to kill her, and only Alice and the reporter guy escape, but he gets scratched by the nasty monster, who, boy, does he really get it in the end. And the Umbrella Corporation shows up and attacks both of them, and decides, hey, let's experiment on them. He's carted away, she's knocked out, and then she wakes up naked. Yeah, there's quite a bit of naked, well, not quite a bit, but yeah, you get a healthy dose of naked Mila or Alice here. But what are you going to do, And so she wakes up pretty much where she started, naked again, but on a stretcher or a lab table, what have you, and she manages to break free by picking the lock with a syringe. Anyway, so she does, and then she gets outside. She finds a robe, and the whole city's gone to crap because the zombie outbreak has happened. The idiot Umbrella Corporation guys go in there, and after they had managed to shut it down, they open it back up, and here come the zombies, and dumbass. And so it's the typical apocalyptic scene where the city's in disarray, and the newspaper saying the dead walk the earth, and that sort of thing. So she quickly grabs a shotgun from an abandoned squad car, and there you go. There you're set up for the next 5 films. This strange and bizarre story it looks a lot like made up as it went along, but this one actually did have a concise plot to it, and it just doesn't end well for our heroes. They're all gone, except for Alice here, and she's like, what the hell? So she's got a shotgun, and that's about it. But that will be continued in the next adventure of the Resident Evil series. But anyway, Mila does very well with the character for what it is, and it just goes to show that the idea that somehow Captain Marvel was breaking barriers, or just get out of here. Come on. It just wasn't. Now, this is not one of the better ones. I mean, you could go to Alien and Terminator 2 and stuff like that, but here you had like I said, a 6-part series led by a woman. So there you go. Mila Jovovich, and she did quite a few others that never really got off the ground. This one seemed to be her most successful one for her action heroine character. So there you go, Resident Evil. Thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe? And, if you're here anyway, might as well check out that link description below. That'll take you to my podcast at radiomisfits.com and those other links. You know where they go? That's right, to my many stores that have plenty of goodies for you.